Hi, I'm Scott Whittle. In the last two videos, we've talked about structure and quality for describing bird sounds. In this video, we're going to talk about how you can use pitch to better hear songs, and why having perfect pitch is nice, but it's much better to understand pitch perfectly. Pitch is just the frequency of a sound. There are lower pitch sounds, and there are higher pitch sounds. Side note, many birds actually hear pitch absolutely as opposed to relatively the way we do. In other words, if we hear a song that's played at a certain frequency and then it's lowered, say an octave, we'll actually recognize it as the same song. Whereas with many birds, they actually will hear those as two completely different songs. It actually is a very interesting way to be, and it makes it a lot easier for birds when they go to birdsong copyright court. Back to pitch. When we listen to a bird song, we're listening for the general pitch trend. So we're listening to whether the pitch of the song is generally rising, generally falling, whether it's moving up and down irregularly, or if it's flat. So let's look at some examples. Here's a Prairie Warbler song, and you can see and hear in this song that the pitch rises continuously throughout the song. So we call this a rising pitch song. Now let's try another one. This is actually a canyon wren. And for this bird, again, we can see in the sonogram and we can hear that the pitch is continuously falling in the song. So we call this a falling pitch song. Now let's listen to something a little more complicated. This is an American Goldfinch song. You can see and hear that actually the song is going up and down in pitch sort of randomly throughout the song. So we call this a variable pitch song. And finally, let's listen to this pine warbler song. You can see here that the pitch actually doesn't change very much at all. It stays the same throughout the song. So we call the pitch trend of this song flat. So that's it. Rising, falling, variable, and flat. Those are the basic ways to describe pitch, trends, and songs, and they're super useful for separating songs from each other. So congratulations, you have now learned to describe songs by pitch. If you listen to the other videos, you have structure under your belt as well as quality. If you haven't, I recommend you go back and check those out too. And those are the three main things that you're going to use to describe songs and separate them. In our upcoming episodes, we'll talk more about how we can put those all together and how it can become a super powerful weapon in turning you into a song samurai.